Hello, my dear viewers. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. So, today we are going to start a new poem for ICSE Class 9. The poem is The Heart of the Tree. It is written by Henry Kyler Bunner. Bunner was an American novelist, journalist, and poet who has written feelingly about the benefits of planting a tree. In this poem, Bunner describes the innumerable benefits of trees and the shade and shelter they bring to all life. He claims that people who want to plant trees are actually planning for a future. And for people, they do not know. Even then, they are planning to plant a lot of trees. On another level, planting a tree is a symbolic act of goodness, one from which many other acts of goodness will sprout. Although written over a century ago, the poem is very relevant and significant in an age where rapid and reckless development and urbanization are taking their toll on the environment. So let us begin the poem. So now let us start with stanza 1. Stanza 1 goes like this. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free. The shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I. For song and mother croon of bird in hushed and happy twilight heard. The treble of heaven's harmony. These things he plants who plants a tree. So here the poet begins with asking a question and immediately he provides an answer as well. This type of literary device used in a poem is called hypophora. What does we call it? Hypophora or antiphora. So, children, when I'm explaining the meaning of the lines given in the stanza, try to relate each line with the image that has been provided with it, because then you will remember the meaning for a longer time and you will not forget during the exam. Before we jump into the poem, children, first we need to understand the main vocabulary that has been used in this poem so that you can understand the poem better. We need to understand the meanings of these words first. So, what do you think the first word treble means here? It means a high pitched musical sound or voice. Next, shaft of beauty. It is the tall, beautiful trunk of a tree. Towering high. That means growing very tall and reaching high into the sky. Anai. Anai means near to something or close to something. Mother croon of bird. This means the soothing lullaby-like sound that a bird makes when it is singing to its young ones. Next is hushed. Hushed means quiet and peaceful with little or no noise or disturbance. Then comes twilight. Twilight means this is the time period of the day, children, where the dark. It gets dark and the sun has set, but it's not completely dark. The dim light and the peaceful atmosphere are the characteristic features of twilight. Then harmony. Harmony means a pleasing combination of different things that work well together, such as musical notes. All these are harmony. So at first the poet asks, what does he plant who plants a tree? The poet says, the poet says, he plants a friend of sun and sky. So if you look at this image, what do you see? There is a bright sun in the background. What does it represent? It represents the warmth and life giving energy that the tree will receive from the sun. So, if you remember, children, in the lower classes also you have studied the process of photosynthesis. How does it happen? Until and unless a plant gets the sun's light, the warmth of sunlight, the plant won't grow. That is why the poet suggests that the tree is friend or the plant is a friend of sun and sky. The tree is friend of sun as the tree is dependent on sunlight to carry out the process of photosynthesis and make its food. Without sunlight, that's not possible. And similarly, the tree is also a friend of the sky. How? There's another biological process here wherein a plant takes the carbon dioxide from the air and releases oxygen in the air and thus purifies the air. You all know this process. It happens because of plants. That is why it is said that it is also a tree is also the friend of a sky. Apart from that, you must have studied about transpiration as well. The transpiration from trees is also responsible for cloud formation. And what happens when clouds are formed in the sky? It rains. That is why the poet is saying that one who plants a tree, he is actually planting a friend of the sun and sky. I'm also providing you all the keywords that you must remember while writing the answers. Go through them. Next, the poet says he plants the flag of breezes free. So here the poet is again comparing the tree to a flag of free breeze. Like a flag flutters freely in the breeze, the leaves of the tree also flutter and provide soothing, cool breeze to all of us. Here, the word breezes means soft, cold winds. When winds blow, the tree also flutters, no? It sways swiftly, and we feel cool breeze because of that movement of the leaves and branches. That is why the poet is insisting that we must plant lot of trees. The shaft of beauty towering high. Now, if you look at this line, what does it mean? It says the tree grows high with its long, narrow stem and looks like a beautiful tower. It appears that the tree has made a home closer to heaven. If you look at this image, also, this tall, majestic tree is representing the beauty and grandeur of nature. Next line, he plants a home to heaven and I. And I means near to something or closer to something. So look at this image. If you see this tree, it appears as if it is the tree is trying to touch the sky. So from previous line, as we all know, the poet says that the tree has grown tall and majestic. Okay, so now it appears to the poet that this tree has made a home closer to heaven. It has created a connection between the earth and sky. So while asking us what does we plant when we plant a tree, he is saying that when you plant a tree, you are actually planting a home that is closer to heaven. For song and mother croon of bird. Mother croon of bird means the soft song that mother bird is singing to her young ones. So the poet again says that the man plants the tree for the mother bird who sings to her young ones happily. In hushed and happy twilight heard. Here the word hushed means silence and calm atmosphere. The mother bird is singing the song for her young ones with a soft and gentle voice in the twilight. The time when she is singing the songs is twilight. Twilight means the faint light at the end of the day after the sun has gone down. It's not completely dark. There is still dim light. If you look at the image also, you can relate to it. So during the peaceful and calm moments of twilight, the sounds of the birds singing in the tree can be heard. The treble of heaven's harmony. Treble means the high pitched song that these birds are singing for their young ones during twilight. This is all adding to the atmosphere that is very calm and serene. So the sounds of these birds that they are singing can be considered as a part of harmonious melodies of the heaven. The bird's high pitched tone adds to the pleasant harmony of the universe. That the atmosphere that is there during the twilight and the notes of these songs that are being sung by these birds are in harmony with each other. They complement each other. They create a atmosphere that is calm and serene. It all adds to the harmony of the nature. At the end of the stanza one, the poet again says, these things he plants who plants a tree. So actually, he's trying to emphasize on all the positive and beautiful aspects that are brought into existence by the person who plants a tree. He's planting a friend of the sun and sky. Then he's also planting a free source of breeze. He's planting a home near the heaven. He's planting a beautiful abode or a home for mother bird who can sit on the branches of the trees and sing for its young ones in the time of the day when the sun is setting. So it all creates a harmonious and serene environment. So when you plant a tree, you are actually contributing to the creation of harmony in the nature. Next stanza. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain, he plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. So look at the rhyme scheme. Tree, rain, be, again, plain, heritage, age, see, tree. So it is A B A, B, B, C, C, again A, A. So these words add to the rhyme of this poem. So in the first line of the second stanza, the poet again asks the question, what does he plant who plants a tree? Maybe he is trying to emphasize on the importance of planting a tree, or he is trying to tell us more benefits of planting a tree. He plants cool shade and tender rain. So when someone plants a tree, they are actually sowing the seeds of future benefits. The tree will grow and provide cool shade to us, and it will offer some rest from the heat of the sun. So apart from providing cool shade, the trees that we are going to grow will also contribute to the water cycle by attracting and condensing moisture, and in turn that will result in gentle and caring rain. Tender rains means gentle and caring rain. We all know that how important rain is for the life on the earth. So the trees will not only benefit us by providing shade, but they will also help us in bringing the rain. Next line, and seed and bud of days to be. By planting a tree, one sets in motion the growth and development of future generations. The tree will produce seeds and buds that will eventually become new trees, and this will ensure the continuity of life. So, this is another benefit of planting a tree that the poet is suggesting. Next line, and years that fade and flush again. So the poet is saying that after many years, the old trees will wither away or they will die. And these seeds and buds will grow into new trees, and that will in turn convert into a dense forest. This line can also suggest in the changes in the seasons, that the trees are long lived organisms, and by planting one tree, a person is actually contributing to the cycle of seasons and the passage of time. The years may fade away, the old trees may wither away, but they will bring forth the new growth and new seasons when the birds and the trees that are grown on the previous trees will fall on the earth and it will start raining. These seeds will regrow as a new plant, and that will convert into a big tree, adding to the future forests. He plants the glory of the plain. So from the previous line, we read, and seed and buds of days to be and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. Actually, the process of seeds falling and regrowing and the tree withering away, this is symbolic of the birth, death, and regeneration. So the regeneration of the trees that happens in the plains when a seed falls on the ground in the plains is actually creating a dense forest, and this dense forest makes the plains beautiful, adds to the glory of the plain, means it is making the plains beautiful by converting these plains into dense forests. Next line, he plants the forest's heritage. Heritage means the culture, the language, the belief that we pass from one generation to the other. In the same way, the forest or the tree will be inherited by the man who is actually planting the trees. By planting a tree, we are actually helping to protect and keep forests alive. The tree that we are planting today will become a valuable part of the forest's heritage, and it will ensure that this tree will exist to continue to exist from one generation to the other. It's like adding to the collection of important things that make up the forest's special and natural heritage. So, in this way, the future generations will be able to enjoy the beauty and benefits that the forests provide. The harvest of a coming age. So, the word harvest of a coming age, this line means the forest that has been created today and is now an accumulated wealth will be very beneficial for the future generations, because the tree that we are growing today, when it will mature, it will definitely bear either fruit or nut or some other valuable resource, definitely, and this will benefit not only for the present generation but also for the coming generation, the future generation, the coming age. So in other words, actually the poet is emphasizing on the potential benefits that can be derived from the trees that we are growing today. The joy that unborn eyes shall see. Unborn eyes refer to the generation in the future that is yet to be born. So, by planting a tree, actually we create a source of joy as well as beauty for the children who are yet to be born. So, the poet is actually highlighting on the idea that is the positive impact of planting a tree is beyond the present. It is not only for the present, but it will reach the eyes and hearts of those also who are yet to be born. In other words, in simple words, we can say that the trees will bring joy and beauty as well as many other benefits for the children who are yet to be born. So in the end, these things he plants who plants a tree. So the poet is using a literary device or figure of speech known as repetition to emphasize a point. He is concluding this stanza by reaffirming all the benefits that will be brought about by planting a tree. By planting a tree, we are not only contributing for the present, but we are also contributing for a brighter and more sustainable future. We are creating the benefits for the future generations, the fruits of the plants, the resources from the plants, the joy and the beauty that will add in the nature due to these plants will all benefit to the children who are yet to be born. Thanks once again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel.